Proposition 8 in California was a proposition that proposed to alter the California Constitution to state that only marriages between men and women would be considered legal in the state of California.
Now, we had a similar one here in Texas a few years back.
Yeah.
It's much the same thing.
And there are a number of states who passed things like this. The reason why it was more disappointing in California than anywhere else is because Californians had just recently allowed gay marriage. And
via a Supreme Court ruling.
Right.
Right.
And this was a backlash from some conservative, fundamentalist evangelicals primarily. But the thing that was most disappointing to me about it is that it was among the demographics for those who voted in favor of Prop 8, 70% of African Americans voted in favor of it. So on the same day, in the same year, in the same state that was critical to electing an African American as the next president of the United States, this particular minority, who has been wronged for so long in such abundance, overcame their own obstacles to help elect an African American to office, to change the outlook, change the face of America in the eyes of the world. And yet at the same time, 70% of them essentially disregarded another minority's rights and set up a constitutional amendment that prevents true equality. There's an irony there that is baffling and a little offensive.
It's sad.
But that's not what I want to rant about. That's what some people thought I was going to rant about. I'm disappointed. It's sad. What I'm going to rant about is Arkansas. The backwards-ass redneck morons in Arkansas who don't like kids or are so afraid of gay people that they decided, screw the kids. What they did was they put a proposition on their ballot this election to ban adoptions to anybody who is not legally married. Now, this was clearly and transparently a way of preventing gays from adopting. This is something we've seen in a number of states, but in practice what it does is it means that any single person who would like to adopt a child, it doesn't matter if you have the means, the ability, or the desire to, you can't adopt anymore. It means that heterosexual couples that aren't married, it doesn't matter if you have the means, the ability, or the desire to, you can't adopt kids anymore. Homosexual couples, doesn't matter how good you are, how financially stable you are, what kind of environment you can have, you don't get to adopt either. And that was the critical mistake of the ignorant, backwards morons in Arkansas. Because instead of just banning gay marriage, they decided to gay adoption. They decided to ban adoption from all of these people, which now means they've got a bigger base of people to fight when this thing comes back around. So I'm not disheartened by their ignorant and thoughtless and unconscionable act of not giving a damn about kids. There are tons of kids desperately in need of adoption, and all they want is a good home. And they don't give a damn if it's a single person, a heterosexual couple, a homosexual couple. They're just tired of being buried in the system. And the older they are, the harder it is to happen. And you people in Arkansas voted for a proposition that hurts kids because you're afraid of gays. That is one of the most despicable things that happened in this election. It's terrible, yes, that Prop 8 went ahead and passed in California, reversing a California Supreme Court decision and setting us back a little bit in the battle for equality. But your fear, bigotry, and hatred for things that are different from you or scary or violate your Bible have put real children in jeopardy. And what I'd like to see is other states who aren't as backwards as you come into Arkansas and relieve those children who are burdened by your state's adoption system. That actually give a damn about kids, who are willing to place kids in homes where they'll be well cared for, where they're desired, where they're loved, and where they're not exposed to ignorant bigotry. And that's the rant for today. So how you doing?
Doing all right. Good for you, Matt.
It was all I could do not to curse during that, but screw them.
Yeah. Okay.
Arkansas, like Colbert, you're dead to me.
You're dead to me. Okay.